You are Bigfoot. 8 billion cameras, not one of them your friend. The worst thing about being you is not the helicopters, not the dogs, not the people in your woods with rifles and ring lights. It is something quieter. We will get to it. You have time. You have always had time. That is its own problem. You did not ask to be famous. You did not ask to be anything. You were a quiet animal in a quiet forest, doing the boring work of being alive, when a man saw your footprint and decided it meant something. After that, you stopped being an animal. You became a story, and the story is louder than the woods now. The first man who saw your footprint was hunting deer. He missed the deer that day. He remembered you instead. That's the trade that started all of this. You used to be able to drink from a creek without it being a sighting. You used to be able to scratch your back on a tree without it being evidence. You used to be able to sleep anywhere for as long as you wanted, like every other animal that has ever lived. Then, one weekend in 1967, a man with a shaky camera caught you walking across a clearing. Your entire species was reclassified, in the human mind, from animal to rumor. Rumors do not get to rest. Once you were a rumor, the searches started. First it was the curious, then the believers. Then the believers brought cousins. Then the cousins brought guns. Then the cousins brought drones. Then the drones brought infrared. There is a federal file on a single tuft of your fur. It is a real document. It says the result was inconclusive. That is the closest you have ever come to existing on paper. Inconclusive is the only word the world ever uses about you. It used to feel like luck. Now it feels like the verdict. There is no version of the woods now that does not have a lens in it somewhere. You learned where they put the cameras. You walked around the cameras. Then they put up the next cameras. You walked around those too. There are more cameras than there are trees in some valleys now. You do not have a private direction left to walk. There is a man named Steve. There are many men named Steve. They all have channels. They all have a thumbnail of you. None of them have ever seen you. All of them are sure of you. When you do slip, when you do cross a sight line, they get a frame. Sometimes two. And every frame is the same frame. Blurry, brown, partial. Every photograph of you, since cameras existed, has been bad. People think this is because you are shy. People think this is because the woods are dark. People are wrong. A child once filmed you from a school bus window. The bus did not stop. The child grew up. The clip is still on the internet. The child is not. The frames are bad because every time a human points a camera at you, their hand shakes. They are looking at something they were told does not exist. Their body does not believe their eyes. The picture comes out the way fear comes out. Unfocused. The hoaxers love this. The hoaxers thank the shake. There is a costume in a closet in Washington State that looks more like you than you do. It has been on television. You have not. A man in a costume walks across a parking lot in Oregon. The footage looks exactly like the real footage of you. It looks exactly like the real footage of you because the real footage of you also looks like a man in a costume. There is no way to tell. Every blurry frame of you that goes online is a small tax on whatever is left of your dignity. You have been paying that tax for 60 years, and it gets worse. Take stock. Inhale. Exhale. We are not done. The worst thing in this story is not the people who want a body. It is not even the people who want a podcast. We will get there. Stay. The believers are not all gentle. The believers are not all the ones in lawn chairs with thermoses. Somewhere out there is a man, right now, who has decided that the proof of you is a body. He has a tag. He has a freezer. He has a plan for the press conference. He does not think of himself as a killer. He thinks of himself as a scientist who got tired of waiting. The woods are quieter when he is in them. The actual scientists are worse in a different way. They look at the same evidence and decide you are a bear with mange, a bear standing up. They have written hundreds of pages explaining how every part of you is secretly just a bear. They mean it kindly. They are trying to put the rumor to sleep. But you are not a bear. You have known every bear in this valley personally. You have nodded to them. They do not nod back, but they know. Then there are the believers who want the opposite, who do not want you proven, ever, who like the gap, who like the not knowing. The day someone gets a clear shot of you is the day they lose their job, so they need you to stay blurry, forever, on purpose. You are working full-time, unpaid, to keep 1,000 internet uncles employed. There are stuffed toy versions of you in gift shops in 3 states. They outnumber your actual species by about 10,000 to 1. Children carry them home. Children name them. None of them are named you. There is a cereal mascot somewhere with your jaw. There is a children's book with your eyes. There is a hot sauce with your name on it. None of you ever signed a release form. You do not know what a release form is. Take a breath. We are halfway. The promised worst part is still out there. It is closer than it was. You used to have a family, you think. The memory is older than your fur is gray, which is very old. There was a smaller one. There was a taller one. There were trees and a creek and a particular kind of berry that you cannot find anymore because the road came through. They are not in the woods now. You have looked. You have looked the way nothing looks, silently, for years, without hope. You have tried to leave. Once, there was a ridge to the north that nobody had walked. You walked it. There was a road at the end of it. There is always a road at the end of it. The species is in the woods. The species is not in the woods. You cannot tell anymore. You walk past a print that could be yours, going the other way, on the wrong day, and you cannot tell if it belongs to a cousin or to you from yesterday. The math of being one of the only ones is that every footprint becomes a question, and no question ever gets answered. You stopped vocalizing in the daytime around the time the radio callers started showing up on the elk. Sound, you learned, is also evidence. Every now and then, a hunter sets down a rifle to wave at you. You wave back. He does not tell the others. The kind ones never do. The kind ones are the smallest part of why this is hard. The howl you used to do at moonrise, the long one, the family one, you do not do anymore. It is on a hard drive in Idaho, with a question mark next to it. The recording outlived the howler. That is not how songs are supposed to work. You sleep less than you used to. You move more than you used to. You eat at hours that do not match the season. The cameras do not sleep. The believers do not sleep. The hoaxers do not sleep. The only way to be unfilmed is to never be still. There is a satellite passing overhead right now with a camera. It is not looking at you specifically. It is looking at everything. You are inside everything. The cell signal reaches farther every year. It found this valley last summer. There is nowhere in your range now that someone could not live stream you from. The woods used to be a place. The woods are now a backdrop. And here is the part. Here is the deferred worst thing. You will not die in these woods. Not really. Your body will lie down somewhere it likes and stop, the way bodies do. The forest will take you back the way the forest takes everything back. But you, the idea of you, the rumor of you, will not stop. The rumor of you does not sleep either. The rumor of you is awake somewhere in the world every second of every day. Even when you sit down. Even when you close your eyes. The rumor of you will be on a podcast about the rumor of you the same night your body cools. Someone will play the old footage in slow motion with new music. Someone will draw a thumbnail with a red arrow pointing at your back. The woods will lose you. The internet will keep you. You will exist forever in 240 pixels, hunched, mid-step, looking back over your shoulder. The same single second of you, looped. Somebody will edit you, eventually, into a video about a different cryptid. They will use your footage and call you something else. Even your fame is not yours. You are not the legend they think you are. You are the residue of it. The legend is what is left after the actual animal stops being able to live like an animal. You became famous by being seen once. You have spent every day since trying to undo it. You cannot. Famous is one direction only. You have tried to be smaller. You have walked on all fours when you used to walk upright. You have stopped scratching the tree you liked. You have stopped going to the creek you preferred. You have made yourself less of an animal, so the rumor of you would weigh less. It did not. So you walk. You walk past the last trail cam. You walk past the last drone signal. You walk into the part of the woods that does not have a road yet. You sit down on a log nobody has named. You let your shoulders drop. For about 4 seconds, nobody on earth is looking at you. It is the best part of your year. Then a leaf moves. Then a phone wakes up. Then a man 2 ridges over whispers, "Did you hear that?" It was not a leaf. It was a tripwire. The tripwire fires a strobe. The strobe is on a live stream. The live stream has 911 viewers. The 911 viewers have screen record. You stand up. You start walking again. You will never not be walking again. You are Bigfoot. It sucks. Subscribe for more things the world won't leave alone.